Hello, everybody. I am Reverend Sue Frederick. I'm the author of 8 books, including Through a Divine Lens and Bridges to Heaven, True Stories of Loved Ones on the Other Side. I'm also a master numerologist. I've used sacred numerology to guide clients since 1980. And I'm an ordained unity minister, certified meditation teacher, and a soul regression therapist. So I am so excited about doing this course and helping all of you, especially those who are going through grief and loss, because I've worked with grieving clients for decades, and I know that nothing helps us shift grief more than seeing our lives through our divine lens, our soul's perspective. We have these 2 ways of viewing life. One is the ego mind, the human part of our journey that says, wow, life here is terrible and terrible things happen randomly, and my loved one has died tragically and is gone and out of my reach forever. That's the human story, and it is not true. We also have the soul story. I call it our divine lens view, that is always going, wait a minute, you agreed to this evolutionary journey of learning here on earth. You incarnated into this life on purpose for your own soul's evolutionary growth and to help all of consciousness wake up. Sounds like a big job, right? But we've all agreed to it. And that's why we're all in this earth realm having a human life, even though our true essence is as divine beings, souls on a journey, beings of light. So I want to share a vision that I had. Oh, it was about maybe 5 years ago. More than that, actually. And I had already been working with clients for decades. I had already been an author, speaking and teaching. And I was starting to see things happening in the world, in politics and everything, that were troubling me, because I've personally always believed that the light is always winning. But there were things unfolding that made me feel like, well, maybe I've just been a Pollyanna. I've been optimistic when the world is not that wonderful. Have any of you ever doubted your divine view when you look out at the world and everything that's happening? So I was in that place of questioning, and I'd come back from teaching a long workshop and I was really tired. So my body got sick, and I've learned that our bodies will sometimes choose an illness to aid in our soul's growth. In other words, help us peel back some layers of negativity, of fear that we need to get rid of so that we can really step up to our next highest level. Well, in this fever experience, I was knocked flat. I was in bed with 103 degrees of fever and a terrible cough. And this was before COVID came along, but I really thought I was dying. I was so nauseous. I couldn't eat. My fever was really racking my body. And this combination of high fever and no food for days and this terrible cough really sort of broke me wide open spiritually. And between bouts of fever, I would wake up, the fever would break temporarily, and I would just feel reborn. Like, wow, I'm getting visions in this fever and I'm learning new things. I can't even put words to it, but I'm so joyful and grateful. And then I would go back into the fever again. And one time when this was happening, I had an amazing vision, and I'm just going to share it with you. And you can look at this backdrop that my husband created for me to explain what my vision was. So I saw in this vision, I was taken by guides out away from planet Earth and shown it from a distance, just like this. And they showed me all of these sparks of light on Earth, constantly waking up and sparking light and becoming a source of light. And as each light awakened, it sparked another light next to it until there was this moving river of light or higher consciousness spreading around the globe, one light sparking another and another and another. And bands of illumination of light circled the entire planet, enlightening all the dark crevices. And the spirit guides were whispering, "This is the story of human evolution unfolding before you, sparking from one light of divine consciousness to another into billions of these sparks of light that overcome darkness." The guides were whispering this in my ear. The light always wins. The love always wins. And it was clear, and I was being shown that no matter how things look here on earth, the ego view lens, our light, our love is always winning and always illuminating the darkness. The guides were really feeding me this and saying, you can't get lost in the negativity. You can't focus on the things that are wrong. You have to trust that the light is always winning, no matter how tragic the news can seem. And that turned out to be quite an important guidance for me as the next few years unfolded. And it also became what I began to write about and added to my teachings, calling it Your Divine Lens. How do we step into our divine lenses? And my newest book is Through a Divine Lens, all about this transformation that we all can have when we shift that point of view. So this experience for me became the concept of what are the tools that every person on earth, no matter what they're facing, can use to shift into this higher view. Well, I was very